there is a grant through the United States Department of Justice that helps conduct research, supports law enforcement activities, state and local jurisdictions to provide training and technical assistance and to implement programs that improve the criminal justice system. And I have a lot more resources that might help. And I would like to work with the county. Okay.
Thank you.
Could you list all those out so in order so we're...
Yeah.
May I ask who you are?
I'm Deborah Hanna with Haskell County Humane Society.
Haskell County Humane Society?
Haskell County Humane Society and the Community Action Agency.
So you can provide us a list of those,
Absolutely.
like today, or you gonna bring them back next week?
No, I can.
Okay, well, that'll be good, just whenever.
Okay.
You can give them to Randy or whatever when you get it.
Okay.
You can do the commissioners.
Okay.
Well, I thought you,
And
that'd be
we'd like
fine.
to have
You
a
can,
copy there.
Okay.
all right. Item number 6, approve commissioner proceeding minutes from previous meeting. I'll make a motion to approve that. Roll call.
Paul Stewart,
Yes.
Marvin Allen,
Yes.
Carter Perry,
Yes. And on item number 7, approve blanket POs. We've all looked at them. I'll make a motion we approve those. Roll call.
Marvin Allen,
Yes.
Carter Perry,
Yes.
Paul Stewart.
Yes. I don't
Who's next is on the blanket POs? I'm sorry.
think Marvin did. And, item number 8, we took a picture with the community action awareness month or something.
Motion on that.
Yeah, I need a motion on that item number 8. You can second that. Marvin seconded. Roll call on that.
Marvin Allen,
Yes.
Paul Stewart,
Yes.
Carter Perry.
Yes. I guess on item number 9, we're gonna get an update on the hospital. See here?
Not here.
Bobby, you think he's gonna come later on? Or?
I haven't talked to him. I didn't know he was coming, but,
Don Buchanan, I mean,
Don, yeah.
he called, but Rhonda said, no, he's calling, and he said,
Well, I tell you, we have to open up a bid packet for Tomahawk Fire Department, but we can't do it till 11:15, so I guess we can take a little break to 11:15 and wait if he's here with, yeah, I think they can do it.
Why don't we move on to the discussion of the jail committee?
I don't, that's fine with me, Randy, but if we have a EMS meeting at 11 o'clock, you think it's going to?
Well, we can stop. There's no use wasting the
and I'll
time.
stop and have to go from this, and no action be taken.
Yeah, well, yeah, go ahead, Randy.
I hate to have to do it.
One thing I wanted to bring to the commissioner's attention is that Janet Williams with the Chamber of Commerce here in Stigler has found a grant that's available called COPS Hiring Program. And they'll pay up to $125,000 if you meet the criteria for deputy assistances. You can hire new ones, or one that's been laid off, or one that's been trained, or get some in for training. And I'd like for the commissioners to take this to the sheriff and get some action done on it and investigate it and see where we can go with it.
who's the grant with?
We'll be more than happy to do that.
mean, we got a big shortage of deputies and funding to pay them, so, there's a grant. If we get anything out of it, it'd be better than nothing.
That's good. That's good. Marvin, since you want to take that time, since you live here on schedule.
Another thing, Rachel Lockwood had said in the earlier meetings that, on the citations that we received from the state, regulatory authority over our facility, was that we didn't have enough blankets and other fabric supplies on hand for the people that we have in there. Also, Rachel mentioned that there's organizations that will go out and raise money to buy those materials that are to spec and meet the needs. I'd like for the commissioners to pray on her to move forward on that. And she mentioned it to the sheriff. At the time, he had a lot of other things on his mind, didn't respond to it, but we need to move forward on that. Just trying to keep us from getting these citations repeatedly. It would be up to y'all to make sure that somebody does that.
How much are they, man? How much is the citations?
It's not anything that they fine us on, it's, we're just pointing out our inefficiencies in the facility. And it's bedding, proper bedding and stuff that the state requires you to have. But it is obtainable, and she wants somebody to move on it. Nobody's ever took any action, and we need all the help we can get for this facility and its payment. So I think we need to start moving in a forward direction. Somebody start getting a plan together to try to, if these grants are out there, we need to start taking advantage of them, because they've just been going by us. We have not been investigating and getting into them. I had a lot of notes here on the audit, but it sounds like we got most of those covered. I did have a question, are we gonna try to pay that $185,000 back? It's almost $186,000. To ever get the records and do what we said we'd do with the tax dollars and agreement, that's what our agreement was to do. And until we pay that back, we're gonna be, breaking the law, really. So it needs some pretty heavy considerations here pretty soon. Right now, on our remaining debt, in April 1st, 2017, we're going to owe roughly $61,650 estimate. That's going to be a shortcoming of the half cent that's being paid in now. That's 333 days remaining from now. That's $185 a day. So that's what we need to start earmarking right now and saving. Doesn't matter if it's put aside, put in a separate account, or whatever, but we need to look at this figure. If you look at that on a monthly basis, it's $5,604 a month. So it needs to be right now being set aside. And I'm going to request that the county commissioners start saving that, so that when we come to the payment time, that we can address our payment and our obligations like we've agreed to do, and we won't get another train wreck like we were. Point out another thing about the junior loan, that I think everybody was here when that was done. Is that correct?
That is correct.
On the junior loan, we actually owe $396,000 in change. There's $54,000 of that we never borrowed. So the bank actually would not let us have it. So if we spread that out, and there's 95 months remaining on it, 7 years and 11 months. If you back 95 months into $396,000, that's another $4,168 a month that we need to be accruing for. It's going to be here. it's gonna hit us. We need to recognize it, we need to start addressing it. If you add those two figures together on a monthly basis, just so you guys know exactly what we're dealing with, that's $9,773 a month that we've got to come up with. 56 of it needs to be between now and 1st of April per month, and 4,168 of it needs to be between now and 2024 when the junior loan comes due. One of the problems with that is that we're paying roughly $2,140 a month right now interest on the junior loan, so that makes it hard. That's over half of that payment, see, that's going out. Another thing I'm gonna do is, if it's in agreement with y'all, I'm going to contact the bank and have her reduce that amount that we're paying the interest on from $450 to $396, our actual balance. You know, it's $50,000 that I think right now we're paying the interest on that we probably shouldn't be. So if that is in fact the way it is, I mean, if you all are for me talking to her about getting that reduced, I'll move forward. If not,
I'm all in favor of that, but I thought we talked about that. Yeah, it'd be good.
Did you find out, Randy, if that could be paid off early? I know you talked about it.
there's not any provision for that, Clark, but the bank led me to believe that if we pushed that issue and we had the money, there's a chance it might could be. And we have to have money. I mean, I can approach her directly on reducing the amount, and, you know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, because it's an internal part, but the original agreement, we have to have a to do that.
Will you see that? Here, did you see? Let me see that again. I'll see what it is.
We've got 44 prisoners today. We've still got a lot of mechanical issues. If anybody has any solutions to helping us with them, we're open for any suggestions or any help. We're gonna start working on the heat and air conditioning systems with just whoever we can get as volunteers.
Hey, the ice machine, I guess we've got it in that.
It was in that week and up and running. It works just fine.
Good.
I think the jail's about 95% repainted, and we got a lot of the leaks stopped at the roof. There's been quite a few things done there. We still got a couple of pieces of equipment that's out of the kitchen, and we're still gonna need to purchase a full buffing machine, because they're using a machine now that's actually made for surfacing, and it's not gonna last long for that buffing. That's all I have for the jail.
Before we leave that call on the jail, it sounds like Randy gave us a pretty good rundown on the debt and interest repayment. Any progress on the O&M budget or the economic development budget benefits that we talked about 3 weeks ago?
I'm sorry,
I believe, Paul, you told us you were gonna give us an operating.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Randy. I talked to Tom, because he's the one that was doing it, and he requested, Anita, did you go talk to him?
No,
Anita was.
I'll be talking to him
Hadn't
today.
had time, but I talked to Tom about that and handing over his report, and he said he'd rather just talk to Anita and put it in the newspaper. So I feel like, you know, hey, if you want to put it in the paper, the whole public, everybody can see it.
We think Tom has information to develop an operating budget for the jail.
He has a finding. I thought you wanted to know what yes, I did give Tom all the numbers. I went in there and we got what it cost each month, or a couple of months, what it cost to keep the jail going. He has all those numbers. He has all the projections on if the 0.5% sales tax passes, and yes, he does have all those numbers. And I talked to Anita, and because I know she's busy and I'm not complaining numbers. You know, she was gonna talk to him last Thursday, but she didn't get a chance, but that's fine. But yes, that's all supposed to be in the newspaper here just pretty darn quick.
The operating budget is not what it costs to operate the jail. Is that what you said?
No. I said, he asked me a question and I gave him the wrong answer and I was just going back. Tom's gonna have about the operating budget and what the half cent sales tax would do. Because, you know.
How is he gonna get the operating budget out of POs?
Out of POs.
Is that what you said? He's,
No, I said I give him a bunch of information. He said that was enough and he could, you know, y'all asked what it costs to run the jail each month.
no, not how much it costs, what the budget, an operating budget.
Operating, well, I guess I see what you're saying, but I was gonna give some projections what, go based on just 2 months, Rick, what it costs to run the jail for those 2 months, and that'd be a close average. I mean,
What the cost to operate wasn't what we asked for, it was a budget. The operating budget.
For annual and a 3-year and a 5-year budget, because Randy's talked.
Oh,
about
yeah,
Randy's talked about the impacts of inflation. We also asked for the economic impacts of the tax that was,
when I,
the proposition said would generate economic benefit to the county, so we'd like to see some backup for that as well.
well, I've been over there with Tom several times, and I think when Anita gets with him, I think when you read it in the paper, it'll answer most all your questions.
And then I think it's also important to point out that even with the operating budget Tom's preparing, we know we still won't be in compliance with state, Randy, correct me if I'm wrong, we won't be in compliance with state regulations in terms of staffing and other things in terms of jail operation.
Right, we need, Bobby's exactly right. If you gave him vouchers or you gave him POs of past operations, that's only gonna tell you what you've been operating at in the past.
Well, I agree with
It's
you,
not
yeah.
gonna tell you what you need to be operating at, and that's what we're concerned with.
Right,
That's never been recognized.
And I've talked to Bobby in his office, and, you know, I don't know how we would ever hire 11 more people at this particular point in time.
Then it'd be my recommendation, if that's how we want to go forward, then we be open about that and say.
That's fine, and
Yeah.
not cutting you short, but I
Yeah.
apologize, we're gonna do Clayton, and
Sure.
we'll come back to you. I'm gonna make a motion with recess and go into the EMS meeting. Can I get a second?
No, you just did.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's his.
Keep around through there.
That's not on the agenda. Bobby, that's not on the agenda.
What?
The EMS.
It don't have to.
Is that the Haskell County?
It doesn't have to be on the agenda, Johnny.
To discuss
Oh, yeah,
in meeting?
it's a separate meeting, yeah, it's posted.
Oh, they're moving to
Yeah,
it, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Just for y'all to know, we did a little bit of vision PR. We went with the OSU Extension Agency at a safety day, and we had an ambulance and cruise out there. And some of the kids, we got third graders went through the ambulance and that stuff, and just giving them a little bit of familiarity with the ambulance, or if they see us or if they have to join us, so they're not scared and that kind of stuff. You know, just doing a little bit of PR work with the local agency.
Well, why not?
Run volume is spot on. Same thing, cancellations about normal. Would be a little bit higher. That depends what happens in, you know, auto accidents, they don't know witness. So, everything else is fine. What, did you get anywhere with the, speaking of the hospital on the phone numbers? I believe,
Do you read the paper here in town?
I did not.
Well, they installed some more phone lines and they've temporarily corrected the problem, I understand.
We were still getting phone calls.
I would imagine you'll still
Still
get
get
them adjusted to it.
They gave us. You guys having a bid opening?
Yeah, I believe they listed several other phone numbers. And, I'm sure it'll take a while for them to get around. And Did I understand you correctly that part of those were coming through the 9/11?
No.
It was the,
I don't think so. I think they were going either online and getting off the internet, getting that phone
I
number.
mean, the calls that you were receiving, were they coming from the dispatcher?
They were coming from my internal dispatcher, which does non-emergency transfers. I have an 800 number, and I don't
Maybe
believe
you
they
could
were.
give her a list, or your dispatcher a list of numbers that they need to
Yeah,
call.
we did. I got
That'd be
with,
the numbers that are in the paper.
I got with Jacqueline Nixon, which is one of our contacts. She gave us the right number, so yes, they've got it. They continue to get calls, so I'm just making sure.
I'm sure it'll take a while for that to wear down.
Naturally.
Was there any more business in our EMS meeting? If not, this time I'm gonna make a motion to pay the invoice. Roll call.
Paul Story,
Yes.
Art McCleary,
Yes.
Marvin Miller.
Yeah. I got this,